Hi. I got this new thing, and I hope it doesn't piss anybody off because I'm trying to figure it out. But it does have a light, so I don't look so weird back here. But there it goes. I don't know how long it stays on, but we'll see. Anyway, I just got it. I don't know what's happening. So if it goes off, don't get mad. But I have something really exciting. I was driving. I had a couple-hour drive, and I just had some time to kind of come home and just or come back here and just decompress and go into my knowing. And what happened was I can't. I don't know. A lot of you might have done my stuff from Belize, my online course, Enlighten Up, and in that was a 7-day mental diet. And for some reason, it just like really got grabbed in, and it really, I remember how imperative it was at the time for me, and several other times after the first time I ever dealt with it. Anyway, Emmet Fox he is the author of the book of the seven. He is, I don't even know how to even tell you how much I love him. He's like one of my favorite. See, there it goes. It's fucking going off again. Can't stand this shit. Why can't somebody make something that works? Like what the hell? Why are we having to deal with this kind of shit right now? Why are we having to deal with all this gas prices, bullshit, shit shows? I don't know, man. Don't make me have to get up. I might have to get up and turn something on, like a light that's brightened, and it's gonna kill my eyes. I don't know, it's not gonna kill them, but it's gonna definitely piss me off. So we're gonna keep on keeping on here for a minute until I can try to figure something out here with this bullshit that I just got that apparently doesn't work, or I don't know how to work it. Could be me. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, actually. It's bullshit. Seriously. There it goes. I don't know what the fuck it's like possessed, like everything else. Anyway, so hopefully it stays on so you can see my beautiful face. I want to say, okay, first of all, Emmett Fox, he's back in the day, the 1940s, that kind of shit where people were doing their shit, uh, like Ida Rolf, which I do Rolfing, so like that kind of shit. I don't know what I'm doing with this guy. This is crazy. So sorry about this. I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick. Just give me a second, you guys. It's pissing me off. I can't stand it when I get something, think it's gonna work and it don't. So I guess I'll have to fucking improvise with the old shit that's gonna make my eyes. Alright, we'll see what this does. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll try to figure this shit out eventually, but right now I have no fucking idea what I'm doing with this shit. I don't even know how to do anything really with any of this shit since they sped everything up with the 3D, the 5G, the bullshit. I don't know. I used to be able to do my own website. Now I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So anyway, let's get back to Emmett, and if I can get this fucker to work, we'll see what we can do. But basically, what we want to do is know that Idorov, all these, there was a lot of consciousness that came in at this time, in this time frame, the 30, 40, 1930, 40s. People were making a difference, doing things differently, and uh, you know, he's a philosopher, a scientist. Like the dude he's just a badass. He actually goes through in his books, some of his books, and he does. He describes the Bible in a scientific way. You know what I mean? Like just so we can stop like clinging to some weird shit and maybe actually just interpret it the way they wrote back then was in metaphors and parables. So it's like, you know, everybody was taking it literally when it was really a lot of parables and metaphors that were happening then. So if I can find my glasses now. I just want to read a little passage of Emmet because he came in so strong. And again, he was born. Well, this book that I'm reading from now was published actually in 1940. Yeah, 40. The 7-Day Mental Diet. Yeah. Uh, this okay. So basically, we're just gonna. I mean, I don't even know. We can do it all. It's crazy. Uh, Newspapers and magazines teem with articles on the subject of a diet. The counters of bookshops are filled with volumes unfolding the mysteries of protein, starches, vitamins, and so forth. Just now, the whole world is food conscious. Yeah, food conscious. This is in 1942, remember. Experts on the subject are saying that physically you become the thing that you eat, that your whole body is really composed of the food that you have eaten in the past. What you eat today, they say, will be in your bloodstream after the lapse of so many hours, and it is your bloodstream that builds all the tissues composing your body, and there you are. There you are. Oop, there you are. And so, uh, of course, no sensible person has any quarrel with all of this. It's perfectly true as far as it goes. And the only surprising thing is that it has taken the world so long to find it out. But in this pamphlet, I'm going to deal with the subject of dieting at a level that is infinitely more profound and far reaching in its effects. I refer, of course, of mental dieting. I love, you know what I love about Emmett is that like the motherfucker, he goes, he's like, and and there it is, like this is the way it is. And that's all you need to know now. That's pretty much, he's like, he's matter of fact. Anyway, let's go on. He says, the most important of all factors in your life is the mental diet on which you live. Okay. It is the food which you furnish to your mind that determines the whole character of your life. Wow. Let's read that part again here, real quick. It is the food which you furnish to your mind that determines the whole character of your life. Yeah, wow. That's fucking awesome. Again, another reason I love Emmett. He's my motherfucker. I I talk to him some. I used to talk to him a lot more. But seriously, this guy is worth talking to if you're a medium at all. It is the thoughts that you allow yourself to think, the subjects that you allow your mind to dwell upon, which make you and your surroundings what they are. Well, as a days, so shall the strength be, which in modern language may be translated as thoughts shall be my life. Everything in your life today, the state of your body, whether healthy or sick, the state of your fortune, whether prosperous or impoverished, the state of your home, whether happy or the reverse, the present condition of every phase of your life, in fact, is entirely conditioned by the thoughts and feelings which you have entertained in the past, by the habitual tone of your past thinking. That is fucked up, man. Like, seriously. I mean, how are we supposed to not think how shitty life has been to us? That's another thought, right? But at the same time, you know, let's just listen because this is kind of an interesting thing. I have it in my Enlighten Up workshop for a fucking reason, right? So, all right. In fact, it is entirely conditioned by the thoughts and feelings which you have entertained in the past, by the habitual tone of your past thinking. And the condition of your life tomorrow and next week and the next year will be entirely conditioned by the thoughts and feelings which you choose to entertain from now on forward. You hear how he does it, man. He's just crazy. I love this guy. Oh, I love Emmet Fox. He's been a big part of my healing in my life. In his books and his things. Uh, Thought is the real force in life, and there is no other. You cannot have one kind of mind and another kind of environment. This means that you cannot change your environment while leaving your mind unchanged, nor And this is supreme key to life and the reason for this pamphlet. Can you change your mind without your environment changing too? Ooh, let's see if we can get this motherfucker on again now. There we go. Yay! Woo! It'll only stay on for a minute probably, but I can see better. Okay. Then this then is the real key to life. If you change your mind, your conditions must change too. Your body must change. Your daily work or other activities must change. Your home must change. The color tone and your whole life must change. For whether you be habitually happy and cheerful or low spirited and fearful depends entirely on the quality, motherfucker, on the quality. I'm gonna have a quality with this little fucker right here. It wants to work. Look at it. It just does what it wants, man. Thing is crazy. I guess maybe I need to do something like charge. I don't know what the fuck I need to do with it. Anyway, yeah. So you cannot leave one kind of mind in another kind of environment. Well, this means that you cannot change your environment while leaving your mind unchanged. Nor, and this is the supreme key to life and the reason for this pamphlet, can you change your mind without your environment changing too? This is a big deal. This then is the real key to life. If you change your mind, your conditions must change too. Your body must change, your daily work, all of it. Spiritual, fearful, depends on the mental diet. All right. Now, please be very clear about this. And this is Emmett. He's like, be clear, motherfuckers. Like, don't be dicking around with my little channeling here. Okay. So he's like, now many people, knowing this truth, may make sporadic efforts from time to time to control their thoughts. But the thought stream being so close, as I have pointed out, and it impacts from the outside so constant and varied, they do not make very much progress. That is not the way to work this bullshit. Your only chance is definitely to form a new habit of thought which will carry you through when you are preoccupied or off your guard, as well as when you are consciously attending to your business. This new thought habit must be definitely acquired, and the foundation of it can be laid within a few days. And the way to do this is this. Now we're getting. Here's what's going on now, people. This is the deal, okay? This is the whole deal. And it's not easy, okay? Believe me, believes it. I've done it a few times, and it's like I got to start. I don't know how many times I've had to start over because of the bullshit, because we're like, fuck this shit. Anyway, so there's some ambulance. I'm just to send some blessings. Okay. Blessings. So you have to make up your mind. You have to make your fucking mind up to devote 1 week solely to the task of building a new habit of thought. Okay. And during that week, let everything else in life be unimportant as compared with that changing your thought. If you do, then that week will be the most significant week in your whole life. It will literally be the turning point for you. If you do so, it is safe to say that your whole life will change forever. Okay, now, this is where it gets fucked up. A little bit, not fucked up, but for people that aren't used to doing diligent shit like this. Because let's face it, folks, have you looked around the planet lately? Like, it's a pretty bit embarrassing. Like, people are not cool, as in, like, I don't even know what they are, to tell you the truth. But let me see where my glasses are. Okay. Let me see where the fuck I was. Okay. In fact, nothing can possibly remain the same. This does not simply mean that you will be able to face your present difficulties in a better spirit. It means that the difficulties will go. This is the scientific way to alter your life, and being in accordance with the great law, it cannot fail. Now, do you realize that by working in this way, you do not have to change conditions? What happens is that you apply the law, and then the conditions change spontaneously. Spontaneously. You cannot change conditions directly. You have often tried to do that and failed. But go on the 7 mental diet, and the conditions must change for you. This then is your prescription. For 7 days, you must not allow yourself to dwell for a single moment on any kind of negative thought. You must watch yourself for a whole week as a cat watches a mouse. I can relate to that. I got 3 of them around here. All right. And you must not, under any pretense, allow your mind to dwell on any negative or any thought that is not positive, constructive, optimistic, or kind. And this discipline will be so strenuous that you could not maintain it consciously for much more than a week. But I do not ask you to do so. Emmet says, I wouldn't ask you to do more than a week, for fuck's sake. I mean, we know it's hard. That shit's hard. I mean, most people, I've had to go back because as soon as, well, you're going to hear it now. Okay, so, okay. This, it will be so strenuous. Okay. A week will be enough because by the time the habit of positive thinking will begin to be established, some extraordinary changes for the better will already come into your life, encouraging and enormously, and then the future will take care of itself. The new way of life will be so attractive and so much easier than the old way that you will find your mentally aligning itself almost automatically. But the 7 days are going to be strenuous. That's the fucking truth right there. Okay. Let me just say quickly, I have to say, I've done it several times. And, when I was in Belize by myself up there, it was easier. But here in the US, it's a little harder for me to do it, but I'm going to fucking do it too. Okay, again, for the other times. But my life did come easier then. Okay, the new way of life will be so okay. But the 7 days are going to be strenuous. I would not have you enter upon this without counting the cost. Don't you just love him? Mere physical fasting would be child's play in comparison. What? Mere physical fasting would be child's play in comparison, even if you have a very good appetite. The most exhausting form of any gymnastics, combined with 30-mile route marches, would be mild in comparison with this undertaking. You better listen, this video is really for only the really like badasses that want to actually that have something, and that I don't think this is for pussies. So pussies, do not listen to this if you're listening. Not for you. I'm not feeling it for you, pussies. But it is only for 1 week in your life, okay? And it will definitely alter everything for the better. For the rest of your life here, for all eternity. In fact, things will be utterly different and inconceivably better than if you had not carried through this undertaking. Do not take it lightly. Think about it for a day or two before you begin. Then start in, and the grace of God will go with you. Goddess, however you form that spirit, whatever. You may start in any day in the week, okay? And at any time in the day, first morning or after breakfast or after lunch, it does not matter. But once you do start, you must go right through for the 7 days. That is essential, imperative, okay? The whole idea is to have 7 days of unbroken mental discipline in order to get the mind definitely bent in a new direction once and for fucking all. If you make a false start, or even if you go on well for 2 or 3 days and then for any reason fall off the wagon or the diet, the thing to do is to drop the scheme altogether for several days and then to start again fresh. There must be no jumping on and off, as it were. Remember that Rip Van Winkle in the play would take a solemn vow of whatever and then promptly accept a drink from the first neighbor that offered him one, saying calmly, I won't count this one. Well, on the 7 mental day diet, this sort of thing simply will not do. You must positively count every lapse, and whether you do or not, nature will. That's right? So, yeah, there we go. Where there is a lapse, you must go off the diet altogether and then start again. Now, in order, if possible, to forestall difficulties, I will consider them in a little detail. First of all, what I mean by negative thinking. Well, a negative thought is any thought of failure, disappointment, or trouble, any thought of criticism or spite or jealousy or condemnation of others or self condemnation, any thought of sickness or accident, or any, in short, any kind of limitation or pessimistic thinking. Any thought that is not positive and constructive in character, whether it concerns you, yourself, or anyone else, is a negative thought. Do not bother too much about the question of classification, okay? However, in practice, you will never have any trouble in knowing whether a given thought is positive or negative. Even if your brain tries to deceive you, your heart will whisper the truth. I love that, right? That's right, baby. We're going to know the truth one way or another. I'm going to find it. I'm going to change it one way, maybe next week. Okay. Second, you must be quite clear that what this scheme calls for is that you shall not entertain or dwell upon negative thoughts. Note this carefully, motherfuckers. It is not the thoughts that come to you that matter, but only such of them as you choose to entertain and dwell upon. It does not matter what thoughts may come to you provided that you do not entertain them. It is the entertaining or dwelling upon them that matters. Of course, many negative thoughts will come in and out all day long. Some of them just drift in and out like clouds, seemingly. That's what I said. He didn't say that. But other in conversation or by their conduct. Or you will also hear negative news, perhaps by letter or telephone, or you will see crimes and disasters announced in newspaper headings. These things, however, do not matter as long as you do not entertain them. In fact, it is these very things that provide the discipline that is going to transform you during the whole week. The thing to do is directly the negative. The thing to do is directly the negative thought presents itself. Turn it out. Turn it away. Get the fuck out. Hey, listen here, motherfucker Jones. I am not entertaining this. Now, really quick, I have to say a funny thing because I, when I was teaching for a while in Belize, when I was there for a long time, but and before that, I taught here too in Sedona. But I'm like, I would tell my students, like, look here, when somebody brings some shit up that you didn't like, you'll be in a conversation and some weird shit's gonna come up. You'll feel, like, because if you're doing this, and I would be like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the conversation was going in this direction, so I'm respectively excusing myself because I want to be high, whatever I would say. But that's the main thing I would say. I'm going to respectively excuse myself. And these motherfuckers are just sitting there like, what? Like, they didn't even know. But the point is, that's what we have to do, like, if we want to do this diet. Anyway. Second, you must be quite clear that this scheme calls for what is you shall not entertain or dwell on negative thoughts. Note this carefully. It is not the thoughts that come to you that matter, but only that which you choose to entertain. Okay. Thing to do when somebody pisses you off or doing something bullshit like directly the negative thought presents itself, turn it out. Turn away from the newspaper, all this bullshit. Okay. When the negative thought floats into your mind, immediately turn it out and think of something else. Think of something else, like having an orgasm on a mountain. That wasn't an Emmett's thing, but okay. Now, what are those negative thoughts and conditions which is impossible to avoid at the point where you are today? What of the ordinary troubles that you will have to meet in the office or home? The answer is that such things will not affect your diet provided that you do not accept them. That's easier. So that's why it's a fucking strenuous diet, man. Talk about a diet. This shit's gonna blow everybody open. Ugh. Provided you not accept them by fearing them, by believing them, by being indignant or sad about them, or by giving them any power at all. Any negative condition that duty compels you to handle will not affect your diet. Go to the office, meet your cares at home without allowing them to affect you. None of these things move me, and all will be well. Suppose that you are lunching with a friend who talks negatively. Do not try to shut him up or snub him. Let him talk, but do not accept what he says, and your diet will not be affected. That's a good note to take because that's a fucking lot of us. We gotta because it's like unless we're in Belize, like me as a hermit for a long time up there, we're gonna run into assholes or people or just people that aren't on our level or whatever. Okay. Do not preach a sermon, but simply do not accept it. It is your mental consent. Remember, that constitutes your diet. Suppose you're witness an accident or an act of injustice. Let us say, instead of reacting by accepting the, the appearance and responding with pity and indignation, refuse, just fucking refuse to accept the appearance in its face value. Do anything that you can to right matters, give it the right thought, and let go of that. You will still be on the diet. Of course, it will be very helpful if you can take steps to avoid meeting during this week anyone who seems particularly likely to arouse the devil in you. People people who get on your nerves or rub you the wrong way or bore you are better avoided while you are on the diet. But if it is not possible to avoid them, then you must take a little extra discipline, and that is all. Suppose that you have a particularly trying ordeal before the next week. Well, if you have enough spiritual understanding, you will know how to meet that in a spiritual way. But for our present purpose, I think I would wait and start the diet as soon as the ordeal is over. As I said before, do not take up the diet lightly, but think it over well first. In closing, I want to tell you that the people often find the starting of this diet seems to stir up all sorts of difficulties. It seems as though everything begins to go wrong at once, and this may be disconcerting, but it is really a good sign. It means that things are moving and it is not that the very object we have that is the very object we have in view. Suppose your whole world seems to rock on its foundations. Hold on steadily, let it rock. And when the rocking is over, the picture will have reassembled itself into something much nearer to your heart's desire. The above point is vitally important and rather subtle. Do you not see that the very dwelling upon these difficulties is in itself a negative thought which has probably thrown you off your diet? The remedy is not, of course, to deny the world that is rocking in appearance, but to refuse to take appearance of the reality. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Keep your thought positive, optimistic, and kindly while the other outer picture is rocking. Keep it So, in spite of any appearances, and a glorious victory is certain, every side of your life will radically alter for the better. A closing word of caution: do not tell anyone else that you are on the diet. Oh, that's a big motherfucker right there. Do not be fucking blabbing around about it. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's a big deal. Don't tell any motherfucker about it, or that you intend to go on it. Keep this tremendous project strictly to yourself. Okay? Remember that your soul should be the secret place of the Most High. Woo, 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 hallelujah. I'm going to tell you right now, you got to have faith, the faith, the faith. You got to have faith. Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. I love that. Remember that your soul should be the secret place of the Most High. It is. Okay, when you have come through the 7 days successfully and secured your demonstration, allow a reasonable time to elapse to establish the new mentality, and then tell the story to anyone else whom you think would likely be helped by it. And finally, remember that nothing said or done by anyone can possibly throw you off this diet. Only your own reaction to other people's conduct can do that. Whew. I mean, seriously, right now. That's crazy, right? In a good way. But it is a lot, it is a really big thing because you think, oh, I can probably do that. No, you're going to have to probably make sure that you take it very seriously, and then, you know, uh, if you're in a really bad situation, like say you have a marriage is breaking, something that's going to be harder for you. But you know what I mean? Like obviously we can't avoid life, and life is there, and it's just what it is. But we can avoid our reactions to it, but we want to also make the timing right to start it, because then if you fuck it up, which you probably will the first couple of times, who knows? Maybe you won't. But if you do, you have to wait for a while and then start it over. But you have to do it for 7 days. This is a fucking thing here, man. I'm not kidding. This is crazy. Emmet Fox is he was a prophet, man. Also, like Edgar Casey, I feel, you know. So I feel like it's important to set our intentions, anything we can do around that, according to how we're feeling. Of course, if we had, if we can be somewhere away from people, that'd be great. But most of us can't do that because people are stuck in this shit show with gas prices that are so fucking high. We can't even believe it. Um, but anyway, we still can do the mental diet. We just have to, we have to have, our high intentions, our faith, our spiritual, um, I don't know, just our readiness, to do this. Like we can't just like, oh, I think I'm gonna do the mental day diet, just like you would start a cleanse with your body. Only, oh look, there it goes. It's working until it shuts off again. But if we can't just do it like that, we got to do it like, for reals. We got to be conscious and ready for for our thoughts. It's a mental diet, and we're ready to do it when we can. I hope this helped a lot. I don't know why, but I mean, I do know why, but I mean, it's been a while since this came up for me. And I'll be doing some more from him. I mean, I just got some of all my books back, but oh man, that was a good one on the way back. I was like, you know what? The 7 day mental diet. And just on a side note, I do have to mention, if anybody's interested as well, not ready for that, but want to just do unlock your creativity. Don't I always say this, but I'll say it again. The Artist Way by Julia Cameron is a great writing. It's a whole thing that you go through as well, and it could actually work in sync with the mental diet. But the 7 day mental diet, that's what basically you have to do. You can't think of shit besides, and like he said, and you can re-listen to it, like he says, you're gonna have to deal with some things that are sucky, but you're gonna be able to, you have to watch yourself. And that's the way you overcome it. 7 days to reprogram this bullshit. Let me know how it works. And you know what? I want to do it too. I want to do it too, and I think I will. And maybe I will start it when I do my Taurus reading, because Taurus season's coming tomorrow. I'm going to do a little Taurus thing, and I'll see. Maybe we'll just start it then. I'm gonna contemplate my existence on that, because I feel like I really would love to do that again. I haven't done it for a while, and it just came in again. So anyway, it was on my Enlighten Up course. If many of y'all did that, I don't know. Some of you have been around for a while, my listeners. Anyway, love y'all. Blessings, man. Keep it high, raise it up. We have to. That's all there is to do, right? And don't forget that I'm here if you need to, and make sure you subscribe, like it. It helps the viewer. It helps things for my channel. And also, private readings. Just get a hold of me at thevisionexchange.com or on here on YouTube. And so many blessings to y'all. Keep it high. Okay. Blessings.